Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. This is the third part of my One Piece card game OP02 Paramount War set review. All the other keywords I need to put in there, you know what this is. If you have not seen the first two videos in this series, please do check those out because up there somewhere, because I explain exactly how this is going to work. As I said before, I will not be dwelling on the leaders. If you're interested in seeing this kind of content early, please do check out my Patreon page in the description below. I'd really appreciate any support there, but if you can't, that is a-okay. Hit subscribe and like the video, and that is more than enough. 80% of you are not subscribed, and that is a travesty. I would be at 10,000 subscribers, and the line go up, number get bigger, make me very happy. Let's begin by talking about green. So, the one thing I will say is, in the previous video, you'll notice I didn't really talk about Sanji very much. That's basically because all the stuff that like makes Sanji playable is on this green side. So let's get going. Okay, Inarashi. This is a 3/4. If all your Don cards are rested, this character cannot leave the field due to your opponent's effects. Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think your opponent really cares about you having a 3/4. Bit of a hot take there, but it's a take I will be making. Usopp. This is a 3/5 vanilla. Yep. this is where we are. Now, I will say, it is of course Straw Hat Crew traded, so that is relevant if we're talking about something like Law, where we have Nami, who is the best searcher in the game, and as you will see, has a whole suite of new Straw Hats that she can search, looking at set 2 in Red Green Law. But of course, this is a Sanji synergy, Sanji untapping 2 of your Don and potentially letting you accelerate and play quite a few cards in one turn. Carrot. This is a 2k counter, and you're probably playing it because it's a 2k counter, but, you know, at the moment we have Apu, who is searchable, and we have Izo, who is searchable, so if you're playing more 2k counters than that, then Carrot's probably your next best choice. It's better than Beppo, certainly. But, you know, if you're playing the searchers, then they are the best choice. Let's talk about Odin. This card runs shit. Oh, let me put myself over here. This card runs shit, guys. Oh my god, this card is insane. So this is an 8/8. Once per turn, you can just pay 3 and untap it. And then also, for some reason, when your opponent kills it, you get an Okiku. This might as well read get an Okiku from your deck. That's what it says. As you can imagine, this card is unbelievably good. You play this in every green deck. Like every pure green deck, you are definitely playing this. Outside of that, you don't necessarily play it in Law, but the level of aggression this gives you access to. In the context of Kinemon, this is an on-curve turn 4 play. That's going first. That's quite crazy. And of course, you know, it's always a turn 4 play going second, but man, this card is so good. So good. Toki, this is a bit of a weird one. So this is a blocker whilst you have a Kozuki Odin. Now, the reason you end up actually playing this card is because you are also playing this Yamato, who we'll talk about in a moment, but the main thing is this Yamato is also treated as Kozuki Odin, so you actually have multiple targets to make Toki a live blocker, and she's also a 1k counter and a 1-drop blocker, so just getting access to more of these really cheap blockers is very, very nice, and really does help the deck. So you do see this played in Kinemon. Let's talk about Shishilian. This is a 2/3 1k counter. On play, pay 2. Set one of your Minx type characters with a cost of 5 or less to active. So this is basically paying 4 to untap something. And I'm not going to lie to you, I would rather just play a Kid Leader. It's kind of the truth. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a pointless card. Like, I get what they're trying to go for here, but like, if you actually look at the Minx that we have available, it's ain't it, Chief. There's not really anyone's I want to be doing some crazy wombo combo untapping with. So yeah, kind of sucks. Jinbei, this is a 2/4, definitely not seeing play. Chopper, this is a 2k counter. With a Don 1 when attacking, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 2 or less. This one is pretty decent. It is a Straw Hat Crew, 2k counter, so searchable. Film as well, so there's that, and it's cheap. So I think this does actually see play in Film Law, because it's 2k counter, because it's cheap, because it's searchable, because you can bounce it back and do all that sort of stuff. I think this does sometimes see play, not necessarily, but yeah, this is just a nice option to have. It's a 2k counter. Just giving green more 2k counters, it's something the deck really, really needed. So it's just nice to have more options. Law. This is a cool card. So this is a 2/3, and activate main for 1. You bounce this and play a character that costs 3 from your hand. So obviously you play this for potentially going second on your first turn. On your next turn, you can bounce it, play a 3-drop, and play another 3-drop. So it's actually letting you get quite nice value in that sense by spreading out over multiple turns. Of course, in Red Green Law, you can see the synergy there and just like getting to trade up in value. And what are the 3-drops you could potentially want to trade into? Well, of course, there's things like Okiku, you know, the old favorites, but let's talk about Nami, which is a really important one here. On play and when attacking, pay 1, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal up to 1 film type card other than Nami, and add it to your hand. So this is something that is going to be plussing you constantly. It's a 3/5 as well, so it's got good stats, very searchable thanks to that Straw Hat Crew trait. This is a all-round great card. Now, of course, you also know, like, you know, the idea behind this Sanji, right, is okay, cool, like, well, I can play Law, and I can bounce Law, and I can play my Usopp, and then I get the untap 2, and I can play Law out again, and I'm getting it for free, and yeah, okay, whatever. Sure. It's fine, but I think, like, this combo is really, really nice, being able to get that Nami out, get your +6 engine going. Your opponent's unlikely to kill this if you are playing it early, and then like every single turn you stick Nami on the board is just more turns you are going very, very nice plus. Another lovely card you can be playing is Nico Robin. So this is only a 3/4 with a 1 counter, but this is an on play to play up to 1 cost 2 or lower film or Straw Hat Crew type character card from your hand. So of course another combo, right, is you play Law and then you bounce Law, play Robin, and then Robin just plays out Law again. So you're just able to spam this board. And actually, you know, we're gonna see this. So I'm gonna talk about this now quickly. So Brook is a 4/5 with an on play to play a cost 3 or lower film or Straw Hat Crew type character, and the boss monster of the deck, Monkey D. Luffy here, alt art clean as hell, plays up as a blocker, and it plays up to 1 cost 4 or lower film or Straw Hat Crew type character. So in theory, right, on curve, turn 4, you can play Luffy, who then plays out Brook, who then plays out Robin, who then plays out either Law or you know, Bartholomew or something, the promo Bartholomew, and you can do some absolute shenanigans. Is that likely to be good? No. Is it likely to be fun? Absolutely. And of course, there's much more variety here, right? Because this only plays out only 4-drop or lower, we can play out vanillas, right? Like we can play out this vanilla Zoro. And then we get our Sanji effect to untap 2, and we essentially played out these 2 cards for 5, which is amazing. Or, you know, if you get the chain of this into Brook, and then off of Brook you maybe play a Nami, and then you can plus off the Nami. Or, you know, you play an Usopp, and you get that. Or you play a Bartholomew and you get extra that. Like, it's just nice. You have the options, and as long as you can play it all out, there are nice ways to just recover a board very quickly, build a board very, very quickly after it is being dealt with. Of course, you have Frankie as well, but Frankie can't get played out by anything, so it just doesn't really have a reason to exist. So just green gets access to another 5/7. Cat Viper. This is a 3-drop 4K with blocker. Good God, this card sucks. Like, the artwork goes so hard, and this card is really bad. Like, really, really bad. Okay, Yamato. This is one of the best cards in the game. This is a 4/6 that turns on your Toki blocker, and on play, rest up to one of your opponent's characters with the cost of 6 or less. 6. Why was that necessary? Why is this necessary? In the Kinemon deck, this is a turn 2 play going first. On curve, turn 2. No matter what you have played, you get this turn 2. A 6k body on turn 2. And you get to attack. So if your opponent has played anything, you can probably clear it because it's a 2-drop. It's gonna be small. Oh, this card is so good. Unbelievably stable 4-off. Stable 4-off in Kinemon. Outside of Kinemon, it's a bit less good because, like, it doesn't have counter and you do have to deal with that. But, I mean, it's vanilla tier stats with a busted on play. Like, yeah, this card is so, so strong. Finally, for the characters, we've got Wanda. This is an on-play. Play up to 1 Mink Tribe character other than Wanda with a cost of 3 or less from your hand. Yep, it's trying to be film, and it's doing it badly. Of course, yes, it's cheating out something of an actual higher cost. So, you know, playing Wanda and then cheating out your 3-cost Mink in, I don't know, where's the 3-cost Minks? And Cat Viper. Sure, it's good value, but, I mean, then you're playing Cat Viper, so it is what it is. Okay, let's talk about the stage, firstly, because it's really bad. Activate main, you may trash 1 card with 1-0, to switch 1 Don to active. This card sucks, you don't play it. Let's move on. On to the events. Paradise Totsuka. So this is rest up to 1 of your opponent's characters at the cost of 4 or less, and then the trigger KOs up to 1 of your opponent's Rasa characters at the cost of 3 or less. So this is like a mishmash of Straw Sword with Paradise Waterfall. I just don't see why you would ever play this. If I'm playing this for the main effect, I'm always playing Paradise Waterfall. I'm always playing Straw Sword over this. like literally always, unless I really value being able to search this, I guess in that one situation. But I mean, I find it unlikely I will be really valuing searching this. And if I'm playing this for the trigger, I'm playing Paradise Waterfall, because Paradise Waterfall KOs are 4 or less, or I'm playing Killer, that KOs 3 or less. It's rested, right? Like, so I'm basically, I don't see the point of this card. I don't think it's needed. Diablo Jambe, Venaison Shoot. This is KOs up to one of your opponent's rested characters at the cost of 4 or less, and the trigger plays up to one character at the cost of 4 or less, and no base effect. So, play a vanilla. So, yeah, the trigger is useless pretty much. And the main effect, it's fine. Like, if the card is already rested anyway, like, why wouldn't I just use this 2-Don, slap it onto some units, and try and get some cards out of my opponent's hand and kill it anyway by just swinging big? I don't know, I just don't think this is good. It's better than Paradise Totska, but yeah, I just don't think this is good. One event here that might see some play is 3-Sword Style Onigiri. So this is counter up to one of your leader characters against 6k, then you may play up to one cost 3 or lower character without effects from your hand. So obviously that, again, we have this whole issue of it's only playing vanillas, but the reason this one might be okay is because it is a 3 cost giving you 6k. There's an argument to build this janky 8-cost kid deck based around this, and then you have this huge, you know, oh, I've got 4 Dons open, and I go, oh, 6k, oh. But again, this card is really not very good. The trigger to rest one of your opponent's leader or cost 5 characters is pretty decent, in fairness, but yeah, I'm never playing a card for the trigger unless we're talking about yellow, but that is a whole ways away from now. So overall, my impressions from the green card pool. I think green had the best card pool in set 1, and they knew that, so they gave them almost nothing in set 2. The best green decks basically got like 3 new cards, and granted, those new cards are crazy. Odin and Yamato in particular are absolutely nuts, and then Toki is decent, but like that's kind of it. Those are the only really big ones. Now, of course, we do get, you know, these new decks, this film deck, the deck based around Sanji, the leader, Kinemon, Kid still be both very viable. Like, green is still a meta contender. Like, it's up there as one of the best colors, but that's more to do with the quality of the cards it had previously than the cards it has now. If you found this video useful, please do leave a like. As I said, my patrons have had access to this for quite some time, so if you're interested in getting early access so you can get well prepped for those Championship Series events, please do check out my Patreon linked in the description. Any support there is very much appreciated. Subscribe to the channel for more One Piece content, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers.